Hi, this is Rick Payne shooting a video for the Permaculture Design course. Standing here on the east edge of my property with the road that my house is on running right behind me, so we of course are looking west. The lot here is roughly 140 feet wide, 340 plus feet deep, giving me a nice acre, and we've probably developed 2/3 or so of that at this point in time. When we originally bought the house, there was no landscaping, just sand and weeds, and so we hired a landscape company to come in and put in a lot of the landscape that you're seeing right now. Unfortunately, wasn't aware of permaculture at the time, and if I had been, would have done a few things differently with the front of the property here. Now we start to move in. You can see some of the fruit-bearing shrubs that I've put in here. They've been doing okay, especially with the fencing around them to keep the deer out. Got quite a few deer that like to wander through here. And okay, after that slight interruption from the puppy running down here and barking at things that she likes to bark at. Anyway, you can see the cardboard I have on the ground is covering part of the drip irrigation system that I have running throughout this whole area here, and also looking to cover more of the grass here with the cardboard so that I can get it mulched down with a couple 3 inches of mulch, and continue to plant more fruit-bearing shrubs in here also, along with some vegetables, and then work at getting some kind of fence, hopefully electric, up that will keep the deer out. Up here have 2 apple trees that we just put in this year, so hopefully in a couple of years we'll be getting some nice production out of those. Now, I'd mentioned about wanting to change some things if I had known about permaculture in the beginning, and one thing I would have changed is the rain chains that you see up here with the downspouts. What they do is they feed into a large pipe that runs underneath the ground, and it empties out down over here. And what I'm going to be doing probably this next spring is rerouting that pipe slightly to bring it over to here and then back behind here to put a pond in, and then use some of the overflow from that to keep the fruit trees and other food producing plants wet without having to have any extra irrigation power. Also, you'll notice up here where we have the herbs growing up on the deck off of our kitchen, which makes it very handy to come outside and get some nice fresh herbs. And we also will be drying some of them, and then also moving all those planters down to the greenhouse, which I'll show you in a few minutes, and that way I can extend their growing season till sometime around Thanksgiving. Now, one of the items that I've put in to really help with the rain catchment is this system here. It dumps into the 2 55-gallon water barrels that you see there. And one addition that I've done with that is off the second one. I've got a garden hose that runs off of that and runs along the back here and connects up to drip irrigation. That's one of my grandsons helping out. Hooks up to the drip irrigation that I have running to almost all the fruit trees back here. I've got 5 apple trees and 2 pear trees. There's the other grandson, and it goes to all of those. And I've got 2 crabapple trees that I planted just this year. Over here you can see the chickens. Been raising chickens for about 2.5 years now. Had started with 5 of them, lost 2 of them, the foxes, last summer, which is why I enclosed this area of the yard. And then this spring got 5 more Buff Orpingtons to add to the flock to get some more eggs, and also to help providing a lot of wonderful material for the compost pile. One change, I'm going to be making a few changes back here this next spring. One, after seeing what some really large downpours did, I'm going to be adding gutters along the back of the garage here, bringing it down to a pipe, and then digging swales in across here to let that water soak in, as it slowly drains downhill here. This drops probably a good 2 feet from where I'm standing to down where my shed is there. And that will, again, as we all know, help ease the flow of water down the grass here and let it soak in and water my fruit trees, which hopefully one of these years will start producing a lot of really good apples and crab apples and for us around here. Here you can see the garden near the end of its life for this year, employing the bit lighter gardening method, and then most of it here running beds 18 inches wide and 10 to 20 to 30 feet long. Tomatoes are doing really well until blight came through and really decimated the whole area there. Down here you can see the 10 by 20 foot greenhouse that I put in. I got it finally finished last October and did grow some lettuce and spinach in that, and that worked out really well. And going to be doing the same thing here next couple weeks, get us some nice fresh greens for our use during the rest of the fall and into probably good Thanksgiving time. Back over here, you can see when I get up a little closer, I've got 4 rain barrels that are back in here connected together with hoses. They start back behind the chicken coop and come around here, of course with overflow to help some of the plants that we have in here. And also been able to use it this past year, so hooking up a garden hose to it, and it runs down to the garden and works out really well, giving me enough pressure to water tomatoes and other plants down there. But one plan that I have for this next spring is to finish the gutter system across the top. And then what I will do is I will bring that gutter system over and then feed it down and into a pipe that I'm going to dig underground, and bring that pipe over into this pond that I got to redo, and going to greatly expand by clearing out a lot of the brush that you see in here. Give me a lot of water storage for the garden, because the last couple summers we've seems like Mother Nature turned off the spigot for the rain for about a month or so, and definitely need to have a lot of extra irrigation. So that will go in here and really help to make this area a lot nicer. And of course, you saw me walking past by our deck, where we're going to be putting a water feature in for more water storage and even to enjoy it. Coming along the north side of the house now, you can see kitchen deck and the other herbs that we have up there. And this, I think, pretty much completes the tour of my house, and I will be, of course, illustrating what I'm planning on doing in the drawings and text to be submitting with the rest of my project. That is it for now. Take care, and goodbye from northern Minnesota.